Outlook good. Is it true I will kill father if he doesn't do story time? All right. Everybody wants story time. We'll do story time. Okay.
Oh, god damn it.
Um,
GG.
hold on. Hold on. It's been a while since I've done a
G.
story time. My
G
apologies. For
fucking
those that
G.
don't know, story time is where
Oh
I
god.
basically come up with a story
Kills your
off the top of
brain.
my head. It's usually disgusting. It's almost certainly going to be terrible. It violates most of the Geneva Convention,
Oh god.
but we're going to do it anyway
Can I give you a topic to
because
start with?
that's what people seem to want around here. Story time about country. Okay, well, I've already actually done one country story time. Should I do another one? Actually, what we're going to do is I'm just going to take the word country. Here's another one.
You see me?
Here's what I'll do. I'll take everybody's names and I'll make a story out of everybody's names. Okay. Dork cow, Assyria. I actually don't know what Assyria means or if it has
Hello?
a definition. Yes?
Oh, okay. You can hear me. Okay.
Okay.
This one.
Hmm.
Gonna take everyone's name and make a story out of it. Okay.
Well, it's related to One Punch Man. So, actually, there's just a comment from Assyria on the One Punch Man forums. So we'll call that. So we're gonna add One Punch Man, Riftquake, Country, Chanchi, Perfect Kitty, Subject X, and we're gonna make a story.
But
Okay,
one condition. One condition.
what's that?
You have to have the word taco in it somewhere.
Has to have the word taco in it. Okay, no problem. All right, this is gonna. So you're saying he thinks my home is a fake?
Yeah,
Riftquake, get over
it
it, man.
is. It is different.
Get over it, man. I told you it's kawaii, man.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. This is here. I'll message you, man.
I think I think Dev's just having issues.
Add Kiwi and Drew. Okay. All right.
Like I see
All right.
so many people with that name.
Shh. 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 We're thinking now. We're thinking now. All right.
It's similar. Give me a break.
I gotta go back over these names again. I may actually have to write all these down. Hmm.
Story sucks.
Shut up, dude. I haven't even started yet. You always love my story time. You always love my story time.
Are we doing story time?
We are doing story. We're attempting to do story time, but people keep interrupting me. All right. You know what? Tell you what. We're just gonna do it like most writers do. We're just gonna start talking and then make it up as we fucking go. All right.
GG.
All right. So, Southern California. Okay. Right outside of San Andreas. Okay. Or San Los Angeles, whatever you want to call it.
Sand mostly.
There is a small plot of land. It's a wonderful, wonderful plot of land. And on this plot of land is a library. Okay. Now, I was working in this library for probably, oh, I don't know, some indiscriminate imaginary length of time. We'll call it 6 months. Okay. Now, the problem is the library was built out in the country. So there were kind of a lot of weird characters that used to come in. Weird, weird characters. People that would come in, they would, do art, or they would ask about agricultural themed things. Um, uh, kind of the usual thing you would get from bumpkins, right? Uh, they would like to. So anyway, we had this one guy that came in and he drew this massive Australian artwork on the back wall. Right, it was fantastic. It had drop bears attacking kiwis. It had wallabies eating books, and like they had like glasses on. We're trying to put glasses away, books away on shelves while there was like fire in the background and spiders that were like 50 feet tall. Very, 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 very interesting area. It's like Australian. Should I have just said New Zealand? Would that have been better? I don't know what the hate is between you guys. Anyway, there was a rift in the fabric of time that occurred in the back room. And this rift, which used to quake on occasion, would shake the entire building. And it would confuse everybody and make everybody very scared. And they would all run outside. And it would happen every couple of hours, on the hour, right about 4:30, right after I was finishing my lunch, because I would sit on the bench and watch everybody run outside. It was fantastic. Because I couldn't run because I'm fat. And fat people don't run, not even when chased. We have a tendency to roll when desperate, like a turtle. We roll onto our backs and just kick with our stubby little legs.
Yeah,
In
Worm always
defense.
rolls through dinner.
That's all that happens. So, one day, I was sitting in the library at my little desk, typing on my little keyboard, right, in my overly wide chair, which is actually 2 chairs that I duct taped together. I had to take the handles out, or at least I thought I was going to have to take the handles out, but I sat on them and the arms just broke in the middle. They folded in, so I actually just left them. I'm not really sure where they are anymore. Like, they've just kind of powderized a little bit. It's fine.
Your ass
It's
is
fine.
like a pulverizer.
My ass is like a pulverizer. So one day, I'm sitting there typing in my little keyboard, and the rift begins. The building begins to shake, and everybody's running outside, and I'm like, And I hear somebody sneeze coming from the door. The door that is locked that goes to the rift, which, by the way, looks exactly like a portal from Portal, but it's not got an orange ring on it. It's like a black, angry ring. Hear a sneeze, so I say, bless you. And I hear this kind of garbled, blah, 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 blah. You're welcome, I said. And I continued to type. And just then the door exploded off the hinges and flew into the room, knocking some small little child unconscious. And her mother, who seemed unconcerned because she was reading 50 Shades of Grey, just kind of didn't even notice as an army of fucking ocelots streamed in. These are ocelots that are running on their back legs, and they have laser guns, and they start annihilating and just firing everywhere. And entire bookshelves are turning into circular voids and then disappearing, and then just gone. Perfect shape circle there. A couple of books pages may flitter onto the ground. And I'm just sitting there typing. And the bumpkins are screaming their heads off as they are attempting to re-enter and leave at the same time. I don't know if you know anything about bumpkins, but bumpkins don't know when things happen that are bad, what direction to run. Unlike Asian or black people who always run away from the sound of a noise, bumpkins, some of them are attracted to loud things like deer and will run toward it. And the other ones are frightened and will attempt to run away. And so what happens is they just jam into the doorway, this big bumpkin panicked orgy. It's terrible. And the ocelots are going crazy, making noises, firing laser guns everywhere. And it was at that time that one of them shot one of the lights out. It turned into a ball of energy and disappeared. And it tripped the circuit breaker and my computer went off. And all the work that I had been doing that day was lost. So I very quietly stood up from my chair with its 3 broken wheels, and it screeched, yeah, back away from the desk as I stood up, my mass and imposing size, and the ocelots' tails shot up behind them in alarm as I turned and faced them. And they began to shoot me with their lasers. And their lasers would just suck out pockets of fat. And that's all. It was like liposuction. It actually tickled a little bit. And I began to walk toward them. Well, not really walk, more of a kind of like a half lumber, half roll situation is what I was doing. And I got near them. And they all began to back up in their little skittered things. And at this point, the bumpkins had decided that they wanted to be inside. All of them wanted to be inside. And I looked down at all the ocelots, and I could see their leader. He was wearing a little golden star on his ear, like a little ear piercing with a gold star on it. Okay, so I knew it was him, because he was a douchebag. You can always tell douchebags because they always have a golden piercing with a star on it. I don't know why it has to be a star, but they are douchebags. And I said, "Bad, bad kitty, bad kitty." And they looked at me, frightened. And then they all just sat down on the ground and put their lasers down and began licking themselves. Because cats don't give a fuck when you tell them bad. I don't know if you've ever had a cat, but yelling bad will only get a cat's attention for about 2 seconds. And then after that, they will lick themselves. Because they don't care. So I yelled bad again, bad. And they looked at me with this, "I don't give a fuck about you. Why haven't you fed me?" So then I did what all other people do when they're mad at their animal. I threw something. I threw a book that was right next to me on the floor. And the cats all skittered off everywhere else. And if you want to know why we have feral cats in the world today, that's why. I caused it. I'm sorry. I should have locked the doors. But the bumpkins came all in and they left the doors open. You know why? Because country people can't close a fucking door. That's it. I'm done.